evening and welcome to it. This is Chess and Wine, and I am Eddie Bila. I don't have wine in hand, but wine is coming. You don't want to know how. But anyway, so here's what's happening. It's I know it's so funny because I was actually meant to be holding the script and trying to read the letter. It's all right. So two things today. So we have this very intense and interesting interview with Freddie Odendel that is coming up. That I may just add on top of this, or it will come on its own. We'll see, because it's a very long one. But obviously, but besides that, on top of that, I link it with what's happening with Chessa. You know what's so funny? Is that we had the elections on the 25th of November. And FIDE said they were just going to hold the officiating, obviously, of the executive that was elected on the 25th, because now there was an appeal by the Hendrik du Toit executive board to say, they were appealing the decision to hold the elections, and therefore requesting FIDE just disregard them, not recognize, still, because they're claiming that it's still their term after being elected in 2020 and so forth, and now they still they say FIDE must obviously reverse. I don't know what FIDE must reverse, because you know what, it's a sad thing, because now I'm talking about. All right, so yes, so an executive committee was elected with the involvement of FIDE and SASCOC and Chess South African players, the nation, right? And obviously with, obviously the National Council, the leaders of the provinces. So everyone was involved, and obviously it involved the Players Commission, which means players, even in this election, had a voice. It was so interesting. It was just something that was sort of unifying. But now, another thing, on top of that, a committee was elected. And after that, even before the elections happened, FIDE did announce that, all right, the elections will continue as planned, but we'll wait until the 17th of December, where we'll be having the Congress meeting, where we will thereafter decide on the appeal by Hendrik du Toit and company, who call themselves Chess South Africa. And now that has happened. We saw the voting, and we've shared the votes with you, that over 80%, say voting scrap this appeal, reject the appeal. They voted to reject the Hendrik du Toit appeal. So now the Hendrik du Toit executive board has been suspended by SASCOC, rejected by FIDE, and unwanted by the community of Chess South Africa. And yet they keep on writing out communication referring to themselves as the actual the rightful leaders of chess in South Africa. It's so crazy. And they're still holding on to nothing, and they are still holding on tightly. It's so crazy. And it's so crazy because, but it's sad because for me, after seeing the results, obviously, of the election, because obviously I was watching it live on YouTube, that FIDE Congress. I expected that now the next communication coming in the Chessa letterhead will be coming from the newly elected executive committee. But boom, the next communication I see comes from Hendrik du Toit, Judy Marie Steenkamp, Ashley somebody, vacant, Mahamba, what's his name? Mahamba, Tembanene, who else is there? Is it Leni Kukumur and all of that? But I mean, FIDE said no to you. If you want to keep calling yourself the actual Chess South Africa, who do you report to? Because FIDE doesn't want you, rejected you. SASCOC doesn't want you, suspended you. The chess community does not want you, outvoted you and voted in a new executive committee. But you still feel a need to hold on tightly. Why? It's deep. And it's so crazy because this is how deep it is. So now, the communication says they, obviously with FIDE, when they were writing the appeal, they did say that they were planning on going to the Court of Arbitration for Sports in Switzerland. I remember in the last video I said Sweden, but Sweden, Switzerland, it's all there. But in that in that communication, that's what they said, right? That they're planning on going to the court of the CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sports, to lodge their appeal there if FIDE obviously does not, it rejects them. And FIDE did reject them. But they knew, you know what the funny thing? It feels like they are playing some delaying tactic, because it's pretty obvious for everyone to see that they are not, I don't even want to say it in a bad way like that, but I mean, when they keep on insisting and imposing and forcing things, you sort of feel like you have to say it in that way, right? So now what is happening is that when FIDE was meant to be declaring, welcoming the executive committee that was elected by the players, by the chess community, by the provincial, the national council, there's another stumbling block. It turns out they had already, Hendrik du Toit and company, calling themselves chess executive, Chessa, they had already lodged an appeal or filed the complaint with the Court of Arbitration of Sports. And that sort of bars FIDE from going forward to working now with the new executive committee. And they knew that that's something that was going to happen. And they knew, and that is why that they went on before the FIDE Congress decision to file their first, to file these documents to say that, hey, we are appealing. You sort of anything. They are appealing now the decision by FIDE, or they are appealing the previous decision by FIDE. So it's crazy. But here's a funny thing. It's not even funny, but here's a crazy thing. We get the stalling tactics. We get what they're trying to do, right? That they're trying to delay. But what is even scary is I'm in a group in Africa Chess News where obviously the leadership of Africa and is in, and they're communicating. And there was this communication coming from Mr. Ben Janala, who is the African Continental Advisor to FIDE. Yeah, something like that. Obviously, you see now, you understand his role is up there. He was obviously former president of Chess Kenya, I believe. And now he's a Continental Advisor to FIDE. And that is why he was also part of the delegate that was commissioned for the Electoral Commission for Chess in South Africa, for the South African elections. And he says, from his understanding, this must come to an end in this understanding, obviously, because there must be he did even say in the Congress meeting that South Africa needs to restart to rebuild. There is no time to waste and delay. But the point that he said that was so important was that he doesn't believe that Hendrik du Toit and company would actually go to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, because they obviously have a losing case, number one. I'll tell you why they have a losing case. And number two, it's costly. He mentioned there that to file the documents to send there it costs over $20,000 US dollars. And on top of that, to have the lawyer fees to actually get that representation to go to appeal at the Court of Arbitration of Sports, it'll be an extra $30,000+, which means this thing could cost up to $50,000 US dollars minimum in order to get this thing right. So if somebody, and let's calculate for together, right? $50,000, it's 18. $50,000 is what is it? 50 times 18. I think that's what it is right now. So 50,000 times 18. I'm trying to get to the calculator here and I can't find it. But I'm sure you've already calculated. Wait. Where's the calculator here? Okay, but no. Obviously, it was 50 times 10. It'll be $500,000, right? 500,000 rand. So now we just want to calculate it in rands. So $50,000 times 18. I can't. Snap. Why am I unable to find a calculator? Oh, it's right in front of me. So there we go. 50,000 times 18. It is equal to 900,000 rands. That is almost $1 million rand, right? So now, who would want to spend 900,000 rands on on a case that they are more than likely to lose. Because now when they go there, that's something else that Bojanala is saying. Now sorry, hey, why was Bojanala on my mouth? That is something that Ben Wanjala is saying, is that they are going up against giants in the chess, in the chess, what do you call, arena? Let's put it that way. Because they're going up in the sports arena even. So now they're going against Saskok. Because they've got a case with Saskok that is coming up in in January, right? And then they're going up against FIDE. They're going up against FIDE Congress. And there is no way that they're going to win that, because they also don't have the support of the masses and their nation as well. So it's going to be tough. And number two is because they are a committee of only 2 elected members, and a lot of members that they're filing under are resigning by the day. I don't know why the others are stopping, but you've seen that a whole lot of them have been resigning every month. That month it was Justin Wilkinson. That month it was Dr. Omar Essa also resigning. That other month it was International Master Johannes Mabusela resigning. The other month it was, so everybody's just jumping sheep, and yet they continue with this. They keep on. You see what I mean? So you can understand that, number one, it's a stalling tactic. And number two, this just kind of gives you an idea that there is something big. It's scary. There is something big that they are holding on to that we don't know, and it scares me. I don't understand. Maybe you do. But honestly, I do not get it. And I'm worried about this because, wow. If you are, it's either there is millions and millions to be made if there's a slight chance that they can get back into Chess South Africa, because if they are willing to lose R1 million almost, or there is something that is in there that they don't want to be found out. And it's the scary part, because if anybody else goes into that and they have to hand over everything to that somebody else that is coming in, there is a lot of incriminating data that could be uncovered, and that would make anybody want to hold on, because if anybody else gets their hands on this, it's death, it's jail, it's loss, it's too much. That, I think, is the only sense that I'm able to make out of it. I don't know what type of sense you can make out of it, but that's the only sense I'm making out of it. It's crazy. It's scary. It scares me. But my goodness, that's what it is. That's what it is. And I was trying to link it to, but anyway, I don't want to connect things that won't connect, and I'm not going to play or link the video with Freddie Odendo, which was the interview that we had here, because it's going to be even longer. So it's going to obviously come in a different video on its own, and I can't go back and start recording because I've already recorded this, and it's, yeah. But that's basically what's happening. So our newly elected executive committee is not yet in effect. They're not yet given the green light to start working by FIDE and Saskok. So, but it doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that the FIDE, because again, it's a funny thing that in the letters of Hendrik and his company, they keep saying that we hope that you can work together, work with us as Chess. Who's working with them? Like, please, anybody that's working with them, please come forward. I don't know anybody that's working with them, and I wish that if there is anybody that's working with them to come forward so we can see, because Saskok has suspended them. They are suspended by Saskok. They have suspended all 9 provinces. Who are they working with? I don't know. And FIDE has rejected their appeal. FIDE had appointed a reverse delegate to say we no longer recognize your administration, and we're putting in a reverse delegate to be the one that oversees the affairs of chess in South Africa and communicates with us. So who are they speaking to in all of these letters, these communiques and so forth, communications? Who are they speaking to? Honestly, it's crazy. I know, I see that they're trying to hold on to things, but they're forgetting things. What's this temporary and voluntary amnesia? Do they forget that they were suspended by Saskok? Or has the suspension been lifted? Because the suspension will only be lifted for the new executive committee that's coming in. Do they forget that FIDE has put in a reverse delegate to say they no longer recognize them? They will only recognize the newly elected executive committee that they were part of electing. Do they forget that they themselves, Hendrik and company, suspended all 9 provinces, including Baycom? So now who are they speaking to? Who are they reporting to? Who are they accounting to? No, it's crazy, honestly. And they've been sending us this crazy financials which are not even audited. They have been looked at. You know what the funny thing is? They have been looked at by a chartered accountant, because it says there, and even the CA, the chartered accountant, that writes there that, hey, these have not been audited and cannot be used for. And yet they keep sending them to us as AFS, audited financial, or is it annual financial statements? But maybe it's just annual financial statements. But annual financial statements can only be sent out after they've been audited, and everybody has been satisfied that the funds have been spent as they were intended to. So it's just so crazy. I don't know. I'm confused to the I'm confused to my this is so confusing. Somebody, please, maybe even in the comments, say if you feel that the Hendrik du Toit camp is speaking to you, is reporting to you. Who are you and what structure are you? Is it the regions? Can't be, because regions can't be working with the national Expo. Is it the clubs? I don't even know. Who are they reporting to? Why do they keep calling themselves leaders? Who are they leading? And what are they leading them to? What are they doing? Because basically what they're doing now is just holding on to things, holding progress backwards, holding back progress, ensuring that nothing happens in chess in South Africa. Because if something happens, then something better will happen to them. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I would like to invite Hendrik du Toit for an interview, where maybe he can explain this to us, or anybody from his camp who is still in there, because I see this Tembanene is still in there. And Tembanene, we speak. I think it'll be fine if he can come, if he knows something. Mahamba lady met at Cape Town, but I don't know what she knows, because most of these people in the executive committee of Hendrik don't know things, and that is why whenever documents go out, oh yes, I forgot to mention another resignation from Mr. Fungile, the president of School Chess, who was removed from the Hendrik structure. You see a lot of people just pulling away because they are not part of the decision making. And there's also another story that even the appeal that was sent to FIDE, most of these people were not a part of it. It was sent before they were even consulted. And then later on came on to announce to them, hey, we've filed an appeal with FIDE. And I'm sure even the appeal which was filed with the Court of Arbitration for Sports was not even discussed with them. If we ask for minutes to see who was there and what did who say and who signed and who was, we would not see such. So now we want to know. Honestly, now Hendrik needs to come forward and speak to us. We want to know. The fact that you've got access and control of us of the assets of Chess South Africa does not make you the rightful Chess South Africa leader, president. The fact that you have the bank accounts of Chess South Africa, you are the one using them. What do you say? Okay, I don't know. It doesn't mean that's not what makes a leader. That makes what makes you a president. So even that expo, who is it representing? You see, that's where the frustration is. Please come forward. Then everybody can go forward. At least we will understand where you stand. Because right now, we do not. We don't even overstand. I don't know where we are. We're not understanding, we're not overstanding, we just know where you are. You are there, we are where we are. But hey. Anyways, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. This is Chessa and I am AD Pila. Bump.